Hello, everyone, to another edition of the Abundance Show. We have a very interesting guest today, Jayshree Mehta, who's actually a corporate trainer and a financial coach. Jayshree Mehta is the face and brain behind investor awareness programs and Golden Years, the retirement planning sessions that she conducts. She has over 18 years of experience as a corporate trainer and financial coach. During this period, she has inspired, guided, and handheld numerous individuals and families in planning a better and financially secure future. Jayashree is also the founder and lead trainer of Future Ready Learning Solutions, FRLS for short, which is an organization that helps in making financial decisions and optimizing savings. FRLS has successfully conducted over 1,200 workshops and trained programs in both public and private sector companies. Bharat Electronics Limited, Power Grid Corporation of India, Toyota India, Wipro, Brigade Hospitality are some of the many renowned clients of FRLS. Jayashree has won accolades for her high acumen in investment and portfolio management. So, without further ado, let's invite Jayshree Mehta and let's see what she has to say, share with us. Over to Jayshree Mehta. Hi, Jayshree. Welcome to the
Hey
Abundance Show.
Satish, thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's my pleasure. So, Jayshree, let me begin by asking you the question that is set for all the guests. What has been your story, your background that has brought you to where you are today?
Um, well, it has been a roller coaster ride. It wasn't an easy journey, but I would say, self belief and the people around you definitely will help if you are really strong willed in whatever you're willing to do. And that's been my story. It goes way back in 1990s, where um, I lost my father very early, and hence, the kind of financial pressure every family goes through. So we were no different. And I was 13, and the eldest between all the siblings, all three of us. So definitely, we thought of this money management thing was very important at a very early age. Of course, I won't say that I took that decision then that I'll have to do something in this area, but subconsciously somewhere that was set inside my mind that if this is taken care, most of the other parts of your life will definitely fall in place. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that when we say money cannot buy you happiness and blah blah blah, I agree, money cannot buy you happiness, but money can buy most of the things that can make you happy. And that's where we thought we'll have to. So not only me, both my brothers are also in the same line, and this is what we have been doing for 18 years now. Luckily, I'm surrounded by people who always supported in all the decisions that I made, right or wrong both. I won't say that I made all the decisions right. I have taken some really really bad decisions, but they've been with me through that. And today I would say yes, it's been a wonderful journey. But yes, any decision that you take, if you have good family support, uh, you will conquer anything and everything in life. Today I am supported by my husband and two wonderful grown up children. And yeah, it's now smooth sailing, I would say. But yes, it was never easy way back then. But yes, now life is definitely wonderful. And but of course, that phase has also taught us a lot, made us far more stronger than what we could have been otherwise. So yeah, every challenge has an opportunity to learn something, and I think that's what has been my the biggest takeaway in life. So never give up and fight it out. You will definitely see the ray of hope and light somewhere, and it's always been there. So that's been the journey so far, Satish.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. So, would you say that your personal experience with finances and your family's experience as you as the head of the family at that stage was what
Yes.
shaped your mind to get into this field?
Yes, as I said, subconsciously that was always set in my mind that this is one aspect of life that has to be.
I think you're frozen. I think your net is gone a little
Yeah,
slow.
am I there?
Yeah, you're there. Fine. You can repeat
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yes, so I'm just saying, yes, very early in life, I would, as I said, it was not a conscious decision then,
Yeah.
but it was very clear that this something has to be, molded or taken very early in life. You'll have to handle the situation. Else, maybe you'll be late by at least 10, 15 years if not handled properly. And that is why one of my very passionate program is for early investor. So I feel all the kids around me should learn. So as we go ahead, I will let you know a little bit about that also, but that's very important. Yes.
Great, great. So, what do you do in terms of training, financial coaching, and what is a specific different route that you take in terms of educating people?
So there are two major programs. So I would say I'm again, lucky to be pioneers in one of these kind and doing one of these kind of sessions in the corporate and especially in the public sector companies. As you know, we all have understood or probably would have heard that public sector companies are not very welcoming for newcomers, or they don't entertain if you don't have a source. But I would like to share my story over here. It is completely the different way around, and without naming that person, I would say I have just a cold call. I'm a person who doesn't give up, and at least without trying at least once. And I don't make assumption that what if, why not is something that I believe in. So I just gave a cold call to some lady HR in one of the public sector companies, and I said, "Hey, look, I want to come and see you. There is no obligation. Let's meet." And she said, "Why not?" And in another half an hour, I was in her office. I think our stars were matching and everything fell in place. And today we have been associated with this company for 6 years and doing a lot of training programs for the beginners, as in like people who get inducted in the organization, to the retirees, people who leave the organization. So, and then no looking back, last 7, 8 years, I've been doing training programs with the corporates, and one thing led to another, and we have done n number of programs in last 1 year. Also, online, offline, we have done all kind of sessions. So, these training programs are typically into investment management for the youngsters and the retiring employees, because retirement is a very important segment. Uh, People get a lot of money there at the retirement with their PF corpus, gratuity, and other benefits and all. But they have no idea where to park this money for a sustainable next maybe 25, 30 years. And the common belief in India is that I'll put my money in FD or buy a house and live on the rental income. Both will not work given the situation of the inflation and the kind of return the FDs would generate or the rental income will generate. To be precise, rental income will give you only 3% return. Your savings account FDs will give you about 4, maximum 5.5% return. Vis-a-vis, my inflation is also up by 5%. So how am I going to sustain for next 25, 30 years? And my heart actually goes out, and when I see that people post retirement start thinking that ab kya hai, we'll compromise, we'll maybe downgrade our lifestyle. So my point here is, the biggest point is, all your life you have worked to reach this level. Now you have reached it. Do not even think of downgrading your lifestyle or compromising. Live it to the fullest. If possible, upgrade. And with that as my mission, I went again to the corporates and public sector companies, and that also clicked. So because your intentions matter, and I was very clear that what am I trying to give, what is the value that I can offer. And so my retirement planning, which is known as Golden Years, is again another super hit programs for the public sector organization, where they do a program for the retiring employees called Next Innings program. So Next Innings is for the typically for the retiring people. So they add my session also along with the other sessions, which is their internal program. I'm the only external faculty who goes and talks about retirement planning with those. Sometimes I get nervous because those are the directors and the top management people retiring. So yes, I till date I always have butterflies before starting this session. But yeah, I would say by God's grace I'm always well received, and things are falling in place. Yes, so these are the major session, and another one more session which I'm very passionate about. Fortunately, unfortunately, that's not clicking very well, but I'm sure once I'll be able to conquer that also. Is a WWF, which is the workshop for women on finance, because this subject is very close to my heart, that women have to take charge of their money, which they normally shy away. So either my husband will do, or my father will do, or my brother will do, or my son will do. I will not do. I'll earn, but they will manage. So that is something I'm trying hard to break, and maybe we'll be doing it soon. So I do a lot of sessions on that also. But yeah, that's slightly a challenge, but I'm sure we'll overcome that also sometime soon.
Very nice,
Yes.
very interesting. So, to just give a sense of to the audience about the gamut of work that you do, one is in terms of training and educating people, and other is also in
Yes,
terms of financial investment and guiding them on that. Also, can you quickly talk about
absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. So there are two ways people can engage with us. One is, of course, through our training programs. Another is through our consultancy, investment consultancy, and that's been the core. We are into investment consultancy for 18 years now, with our office in Brigade Road. So most of our clients and the training which I do, people participate and they can visit our office or we can visit their place, and we do help them with planning their investment. Now, what is it different that there are a lot of consultants and financial planners? The idea here is we want to generate the returns which is beyond the normal way of investing. So it's not just one product or one company that we talk about. We try to have a portfolio return and try and beat the inflation. So we've been doing it for 18 years, both India and abroad. We have been helping our clients invest their money. And very interesting point that I would like to make here is right now we are serving at least about 10 families where we are serving three generations. So a grandfather, the mom and dad, and now the kids. So that gives me, real kick to see the third generation is also coming for investment. That means they have definitely seen some value. So that's what the idea all about. So it's when it comes to
Nice.
products, it's everything. It's a starting from basic insurance products, which is very minimal but growth oriented products, and goes up to startup based investment also. So high
Nice.
risk, high reward.
So,
Yes.
going by experience of having dealt, met, and also guided so many individuals in terms of financing and investing, what would you say are the most common mistakes that people make with regards when it comes to investing?
Uh, One of the fundamental mistake that people make is not taking risk. I would say not taking risk is the biggest risk that you are taking with your money. And as I said, that's been the mindset of Indians for a very long time. uh, See, we have to understand we are in a different era now. We are not in the era where our parents were. So what they used to do is, like, at their time, in their times, the interest on the FDs and all were very good, about 14%. So money used to double in just about 5 years. Same thing doesn't happen anymore. But the mindset, people are not changing that. Now we are in a different generations, different economy. Things are different now, and hence we'll have to take different decisions to make our money grow. And as I always say, your decisions decide your destiny. So you'll have to take informed decision. If you don't know, it's okay to admit that I don't know. This is the biggest mistake people make. They don't ask for jargons to be clarified, uh, and they just go with the flow. So it doesn't work. People will have to take some risk in investment and do not just go by hearsay, is what I would say. Now, the new trend nowadays, what I'm saying is also DIY, do it yourself kind of an investment. Well, I have a number of examples. Do DIY 90 on 100 times would not work because you don't know what is the see. You'll have to firstly keep your emotions outside investing. So you can't get emotional about your investment. It's not a marriage. I always say, it's not a commitment. If it is not working, you'll have to divorce it and come out of it, review, and then reinvest. So these are the basic fundamental mistakes people make. And procrastinating, not investing, not starting on the time is the biggest mistake. As soon as you start earning, start investing, and invest, not save.
Well said. Well said. So, what is the message you would like to send out to women, especially with regards to financial matters?
Oh, wow. So I would say, women, please wake up. There is a very interesting thing that I would like to make a point here. Be it a game of chess or of life, is the queen who comes to rescue the king. In the chess also, at the end, it's queen who comes to rescue the king, right? In the chessboard also, queen can move around and it can actually come to rescue towards the end, before the check and mat. So here also the same rule, you can actually do it, but it's just that the myth or some mindset that I can't manage money and what if I make mistakes. My message to all the women out there: making mistake is a part of learning. Have we not failed while we learned cooking? Have we not burnt our fingers while we learned to cook? Same thing happens to men also. I'm sure you have made mistakes in your life. My husband has made
Absolutely.
mistake in his life.
Absolutely.
So everyone does that. But here, because it is about money and our society thinks a little different, women say, no, if I make mistake, I'll not get another chance. Baba, you'll also have another chance. And it's absolutely okay to make mistakes, learn and master it. And I've also learned it that way. Of course, apart from education and learning on the subject, I'm still doing a lot of certification on my subject. But you are not going to preach it to somebody. You just for your consumption, at least have that much confidence. So, and I'm telling you, the men in the family need your help over there,
Absolutely.
because the basic things, take care of your insurance premium cover. When is the due date? Let's say, what if husband is falling sick? Who will
Yeah.
take care? So those basic things one has to get involved, and your children look up to you. The way you manage your daughter will also take over. So, we are first heroes for our kids. So we'll have to make sure rise and shine. Women, I say, please get up. It's your turn to shine now.
Very nice. Absolutely. And you made a pertinent message out there that even men will make a lot of mistakes. And with regards to
Yes,
investment, there is nothing like mistake. Just do it, learn, put small things in a small amounts in a basket and test waters. And then most importantly, learn from that experience, and then you can build your portfolio out of that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Take help of experts. It's just
Absolutely.
absolutely fine to ask for help.
Very true. Very true. Well said. So the next question, which is very, very relevant to everyone, including me, the question to you is this: that when do you think it's the right time for us to involve and educate our kids with regards to financial matters?
Oh, wow. This is a great question and very, very important one. I would say this, our children is one thing, but children at mass, I would say this has to be included in our school curriculum. And in fact, to a couple of friends who run the school, I am behind them to include this as a club activity subject, at least, if not anything else. Include that. My point is, as soon as kids develop some kind of understanding about money, they start bargaining with you about money. This is the time to educate them about money. uh, and I'll give you some, last Sunday only I had a webinar where I was giving them an example. See, one pizza party, how much do we spend on a pizza every weekend? At least 2,000 rupees. Let's say we go out for a movie, have dinner outside, and then popcorn and Pepsi all put together. At least 2,000 rupees on a weekend. I
Minimum.
would say out of 4 weekends, one weekend, let them not do that. Ask them to save that money, reward them for something else, reward them with something else. That 2,000 rupees, if they start investing from age 16, and do it until they actually get to work, 24, 25 years. A simple calculation, this 2,000 rupees invested for 10 years, by the time they are 45, okay, investment is only for 10 years, will fetch them 81 lakh rupees.
Wow.
You tell me which school is teaching them this. So this is very important. Children should get involved in family financial matter as soon as possible. My children have started investing very early, from 16 years of age. And my son is an independent investor now. He's 23.
Wow.
And I feel this is very, very critical. And that is why I said I'm very passionate about telling young people to get into this as soon as possible.
Very nice.
And
Very
as
good. Very good.
parents, don't shy away with kids. It's you won't understand, and it's not your subject. How can we tell our parents that we don't have money? Please tell them, give them a reality check. It is important.
Yeah.
So that's important, I feel.
Yeah. The earlier you do, it's better. It's for the family.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah. True.
Well,
Very true.
fail early and start
Yeah.
differently. Fail early, fail fast,
Yeah.
and fail differently every time. That's what.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. So the next question is an automatic follow-up for this: is that what is the best way and method for us to share our investments and the details of our investments with our families?
All right. So again, a concept of black box. So this is again, I am very, I don't see many people who talk about investment or tell people about investment. Investment consultant themselves also educate people on this. Uh, if I can share a small information, in India right now, LIC alone has more than 9,000 crores unclaimed. uh, FD amount almost same, 8,000 crores plus money unclaimed. Now, why is this unclaimed? Because family doesn't know. So when do you share, how do you share is left to you, but should you share, you please. Now, there's the concept of black box that I always teach in all my workshops. See, black box in the aircraft has a simple function of recording the information, and in case of a crash, we retrieve information and avoid future problems. Exactly the same way at our houses, at our families, we should have a black box in any form. It could be a digital form, it could be a paper form, a file, a suitcase, whatever you want. But store all your documents there. The entire family should know about it, and one person outside family whom you trust should also know about it, because we don't know what life has in store for us. And also uh, let there be information about whom to contact for each of these investment. If you are just working with one person, then it is absolutely fine, he or she will take care. But if you are working with multiple people, that's not a right approach. But even if you are doing so, give that detail also in the your file, in your digital file, where whatever way you are doing it. But it's important, your family should know everything from the day you are investing. So I when we do the financial planning or the investment for the families, we insist that both husband and wife, even if they have major children above 16 years of age, all three of them should be in the discussion, so at least they know something is happening there. And so we actually encourage children to take care of that part, storing information, because they are good at it and they are fast, and they kind of start liking that, they develop the sense for that, and that's how the journey
Interesting.
begins. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes, I am a slightly a different person when it comes to investment.
Very nice. Very
Yes.
good. So, considering the current situation, Jayshree, that everyone is going through now and currently with regards to finance, especially the
Yep.
personal finances as well, what would be your message to bread earning members of the family?
Wow, very, very important again. Firstly, the breadwinner of the family has to take care of two major things. First is have good insurance cover. Why? Because insurance in India is bought like a tax saving instrument, or is bought like some status. First investment I should do once I start earning, I should buy one insurance product. It should not be bought like that. The purpose of insurance is protection, and how much protection I need is something very important. I need to do the calculation, which is called human life value calculation. So in this current situation, we have seen, few, we also lost couple of our clients. Proper human life value calculation, which means whatever you are earning, let's say you are earning 10 lakhs a year and you are expected to work for next 20 years. So at least 2 crores should be your insurance cover, which means my family, even if I'm gone, will still make that much money that I would have otherwise, given them. So that should be the insurance cover one should definitely have. And the second thing is have an emergency fund. So emergency fund is a 3 to 6 months household expense should always be kept liquid at all times, so that you don't break into your investment. And we all know for a matter of fact that once you break your investment, going back and in reinvesting is the toughest task. So do not do that. Do not make that mistake of breaking your investment for your immediate expense. Keep that 3 months money liquid. Rest all, don't keep liquid. Rest all, invest. Do not save again. Invest. So these two things are very, very important.
Great, great, very practical tips
Yes.
actually. Yeah, nice.
And of course,
So,
I'll just like to add, health insurance goes without saying, because we have
yeah,
all understood the necessity of health insurance in last 1 year.
true, true.
Yes.
So your life insurance, your health insurance, and your finances, and keep 3 to 6 months of
Emergency
requirement
funding.
emergency fund. Great,
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
So, any advice or message to people who are lucky to be working with good PSU, that is public sector companies, or with private jobs in this time, doing well in the jobs? Any message to them or advice to them in this point in time?
Yes. Firstly, I'll take care of answer the part of PSU people. I would say, though you're working in PSU and things are pretty much taken care, your health is always covered, any hospitalization is always covered, and your retirement to an extent covered, not fully covered. Their pensions are not that great, but to an extent it is covered. But my point is, do not have that mindset of working in a government sector and hence not taking risk. So please change the attitude towards investment and do not continue to invest in the same way as your previous generation did, because they were in, as I said, they were in a different era and you are in a different era altogether. India as an economy is heading towards 5 trillion economy. And if you want to be a part of that 5 trillion economy, it is all about consumer market. What are we consuming? We'll have to invest on those simple things. We'll have to understand. If you're talking about Amazon, Flipkart every day. Invest in them. As simple as them. As simple as that. You don't need rocket science to understand investing. If you don't want to do much of a research, so have that approach. So whatever you're consuming every day, invest in those products. As simple as that, because that's going to be there. And for private sector employees, do not procrastinate, because you have a lot of money coming in now. Also, if you're working, you're very lucky that you're not laid off.
Yeah.
But and we hope this time never comes ever again in our life. But have a good emergency funding, just 3 to 6 months expenses. Rest you start investing. Do not live on credit, especially to private sector employee. I would like to say, credit card is just an option to help you in case if you need it. It's not a compulsion that you should have it. And if you are having it, no harm, no harm, but use it wisely. People use credit card by just paying minimum due every month. Trust me, we have done the cleaning mess work of some of our investors who have been in this vicious cycle of credit card dues, mounting up to 3 or 4 times of their initial borrowing. So, there is a wonderful saying that compound interest is something that people who knows earn it, and people who do not know pay it. So
Wow.
it's up to you to decide which side you want to be in. So credit card, you pay it. Let me tell you, you pay almost about a huge interest every day. So set an auto debit limit from your card every month. It's good to use because it comes with a lot of benefits and perks, like the big ones being airport lounges and all, which is wonderful. But use it wisely. So, and not multiple credit cards, just 2 at the most. Maintain them well, otherwise your CIBIL will go really bad. So let that not happen. So
Nice.
that's what I would like to tell the youngsters.
Very good. Very nice, practical and straight to be applied. That kind of answers
Yes.
from your side. Great.
Yes.
So, Jayashree, now we'll come to a last part where I'm going to ask you some rapid questions. It's
Yes, sure.
answers will be in the form of either 1 word answer or maximum 5 word answers.
Okay.
Although some questions of mine may have more than 1 word, so I'll just shoot those questions at you. You just answer it the way whatever comes to your
Okay.
mind. Okay. The first thought
Okay,
comes to your
let's
mind
try.
is your answer correct answer. Okay.
Done.
So the first one is the current pandemic.
Current pandemic is the biggest teacher.
Nice. Financial struggle.
It's more in your mind.
Wealth creation.
Wealth creation, I would say, it's all about the right decision and the patience.
Decision and patience. Nice.
Yes.
Freedom.
It's a subjective matter. What kind of freedom are you looking for? So it's a very
Financial.
subjective.
Financial freedom. We'll talk
Financial
about
freedom, yes, it's again lies in the decision making.
Lifestyle.
All right, so I'll go. So there's very important, I have always kept as my WhatsApp status also. So lifestyle is something I'll just take liberty of adding few more words here.
Please.
So I feel that lifestyle is good to upgrade and those things fine. But I've always felt that when you improve your power, money power, do not raise the standard of living only, improve the standard of giving also. So for me, lifestyle is all about that. It's not just increasing the standard of living, it is increasing the standard of giving. Yes,
Oh,
so
nice.
that's,
Yeah. So
yes,
maybe lifestyle, you would say being more inclusive is the
absolutely.
message. But you explained
Absolutely.
it beautifully, nicely.
Yes.
Great. Investments.
Uh, Investment is boring. Okay, it's really boring. And if you really want thrill, then you should go to an amusement park. Do not come to investment because you lose all your money.
Okay, nice.
So it's
So
it's very boring.
boring,
And
boring is good then for investment.
yes,
Boring is
it
good.
is. It is.
Education.
Education, we definitely need to change our education system. As I said in the beginning, I'm very keen on having money matter included in the curriculum itself. But I would like to say a mix. If I had the power, I would say we would have a mix of Japanese culture and our Gurukul culture. Those things will work wonderful for kids.
Nice. The last one. The right time to talk finances.
Today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Great. So it's been a pleasure talking to you, Jayashree. Wonderful 30 minutes gone by without knowing, and
Thank
very,
you
very
so much.
practical tips. Thank you
Yes.
for your time. Thank you for your
Thank you so
share.
much.
And thank you for what you're doing, because I know the space that you're coming from and your personal experience has become your personal life's mission to
Yes.
educate women, children, and families and make a difference to their lives. Hats off to you. All the very best to you.
Thank you
God
so much,
bless.
Satish, for having me. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Our aspirations as mankind is growing. We have begun to question ourselves and are trying to delve deep within to understand ourselves and to grow. We want to operate out of a deep sense of purpose. We have realized that humans can alter their lives by altering the attitudes of mind. Here's an attempt to connect, share, get some of the successful people to open up about their journeys. An attempt to delve into their minds, thought process, and attitudes, how they think, feel, operate, and what are the habits that make them who they are. In the process, accept ourselves with all our insecurities, vulnerabilities, fear, and work towards transforming ourselves into better versions for today and tomorrow. I am Satish Rao. I am an abundance crusader, vlogger, online, and network marketer. I am passionate about creating abundance in all areas of our lives.